I don't even know these words. I can't even say this. Isn't this what happens when you speak English? I'm sure many of you have faced similar challenges, but have used simple English words and moved on. Using unnatural English, that might not be exactly like what native speakers use, but can still be understood, is okay if we use English as a tool. Since most of our conversations consist of explaining things through the explanatory text of the words and phrases mentioned here, a small sense of the English language may be refined. This is an attempt to do so. Reading practice. For speaking. Read silently or aloud, as if you were telling it to someone else. Audio will be without repetition, with a brief pause between each chunk or sentence.
When someone drowns, it means they are unable to swim in water. And end up sinking. Drowning is when you are in water. And you can't breathe. It happens when you go under the water. And can't come back up to get air. It's important to be careful in deep water to avoid drowning. Drowning is when someone can't breathe. Because they are underwater. It's like when you are in a pool or ocean. And you go too deep. You can't get air to breathe. This can be very dangerous and harmful. It's important to be safe when you are in water. Always have someone with you. And if you're not a strong swimmer, avoid going too deep. Drowning is when a person is unable to breathe underwater. And starts to struggle or suffocate. It happens when water enters the lungs, making it difficult to get air. When someone is drowning, they may wave their arms, gasp for air, and make choking sounds. It's important to get immediate help. And rescue someone who is drowning. To prevent further harm or danger. When you are in the water, and you can't get enough oxygen to breathe, it is called drowning. Water enters your nose and mouth, making it difficult to inhale air. As a result, your body sinks in the water, and without help, it becomes a dangerous situation. When drowning, you cannot swim or float in the water. And panic may set in. Drowning is a very dangerous situation. And it's important to seek help immediately. Drowning is a situation where a person is unable to breathe. Because they are underwater. Or their airway is blocked by water. It can happen in different bodies of water. Like swimming pools, lakes, or oceans. When someone is drowning, they may struggle to stay above the water, wave their arms, or make choking sounds. Drowning means when a person cannot breathe in water. Our bodies are made to breathe air, not water. When someone's face is in water, water fills their mouth and nose instead of air. They cannot cough or breathe to get the water out. Their body starts to feel like they cannot get any oxygen. This happens because the throat closes automatically. When the face is in water, it prevents water from entering the lungs. But it also prevents breath from entering. Without breath, the body starts to panic and fail. The person could pass out from lack of oxygen very quickly. If not rescued. That's why it's so dangerous. It doesn't take very long for real drowning to happen. Even for strong swimmers. If no one helps a person who is drowning, it can cause them to become unconscious and die. Their heart stops working. Some signs that someone might be drowning are: head goes under the water and doesn't come back up easily. Hands grabbing or waving above the water. Body stays very still in the water, not moving around much. No sound like yelling for help or coughing. If you see these signs, get help from a lifeguard right away. Or throw something that floats, like a ring or board, to the person in the water. To drown means to die. Because water gets into your lungs instead of air. Your body needs oxygen from the air to work properly. When you are in the water, it is easy for water to go into your mouth, nose, or throat. Instead of air if you are not careful. If someone is drowning, it is important to get help quickly. Call emergency services. Or throw something that floats, like a life ring, for the person to grab onto. Do not go in after them without a flotation device. As you may also start to drown if not careful. The best way to help is to get a lifeguard or trained helper. Some signs that someone might be drowning are: head tilted back, mouth open, eyes glassy and empty looking. Unable to wave or call for help. Little or no splashing observed. Body may be very still in the water. Either floating or under the surface. Always swim with others nearby. And wear a life jacket if near deep water. To help prevent drowning from happening in the first place. Be very careful in and around water.